Hello, and welcome to another WDAC video. My name is Violet, and I'm currently a Microsoft MVP. Today, I'm going to show you how to use the WDACConfig module to create certificates, sign WDAC policies, and deploy them. First, I'm going to show you that there is no policy already deployed on this system. Signed WDAC policies are tamper-proof, even against admins, as long as secure boot is available. Using the WDACConfig module, it's very easy to create and maintain signed WDAC policy deployments on the local or remote systems. So to get started, I'm going to create a base policy. The base policy type that I'm going to choose is the Allow Microsoft type, which will allow everything rooted to the Microsoft's certificates to run. That also includes the Sign Tool program, which is required for the policy signing process, and it's signed by Microsoft. As always, the Microsoft recommended block rules are also created along with the base policy. Their usage will ensure that the application control policies cannot be bypassed. All of the WDACConfig module's files are saved in the WDACConfig folder in Program Files, where administrator privileges is required for access. Now I'm just quickly opening up the policy XML file to show you what it looks like. The next step will be to create a code signing certificate so we can use it to sign our unsigned WDAC policy. The entire process is fully automated, and with a single short line, you can securely generate a code signing certificate. You can use the Build WDAC Certificate CMDLet without supplying any parameters, and it will use the default values to generate the certificate for you. Or you can use the parameters it offers to fine-tune and personalize the certificate details. I'm going to select a custom common name for my code signing certificate to help me locate it easier among other certificates that might exist on the system. The command asks for a password with a minimum of 5 characters. This password is going to be used to encrypt the PFX file using AES 256 algorithm. The PFX file is important as it contains the private key of your certificate. The module successfully created my certificate, added it securely to the current user's personal certificate store, and also saved it securely in the WDACConfig folder in Program Files. The password that I selected is required if I need to import the certificate's private and public keys to a system using the PFX file, so I should always remember it. The certificate's details have also been added to the module's user configs file, which helps me save time when I use the module by automatically using the values in there rather than asking me to provide them every time. I can always view, modify, or delete the user configurations at any time. Now that I have my policy and the code signing certificate, it is time to sign and then deploy the 2 policies I created earlier. One of them is the Allow Microsoft policy, and the other one is the Microsoft recommended user mode block rules. Since there is no limit on how many WDAC policies you can deploy on the system, I'm going to deploy them separately. This also allows me to update each of them independently in the future. If the certificate details, such as the path to the certificates, CER file, and the certificate's common name were not saved in the user configs file, I would need to use the available parameters to supply them manually, but now I'm only going to use the deploy parameter. Note that the Sign Tool program was neither added to the user configs file, nor did I use the available parameters to browse for it. So now the module will ask me if I want to automatically download it from the Microsoft servers. If I select No, the command fails because Sign Tool is required. If I select Yes, the module will download the latest available version of Sign Tool from the official Microsoft NuGet repository, and it will save it in the WDACConfig folder in Program Files. It will also save the path to the Sign Tool executable inside of the user configs file so that in the future, I won't need to download it or manually define its path on the command line. For the next step, the module automatically performs a simulation. It checks whether the Sign Tool program is allowed by your base policy. This check ensures that after deploying the signed policy, you will be able to use the Sign Tool to modify or remove it later on. Since we're using the Allow Microsoft base policy, the module takes no further action. But if we were deploying the default Windows policy, the module would scan the Sign Tool program and add it to the default Windows policy using the file publisher level to ensure future compatibility and usage. Both of my policies have been successfully signed and deployed. I'm going to verify their deployment using the Confirm WDACConfig cmdlet. Another way to confirm whether user mode and kernel mode policies are being enforced on the system is through the System Information, which is a built-in tool in Windows that provides lots of insights about your current system. It is important to keep the signed base policy XML files because they will be needed if you ever decide to change or remove them from the system. The removal of the signed WDAC policies is explained in another video. That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this content useful. For complete cmdlet guides and information, please visit the GitHub page linked below. As always, feel free to reach out to me on GitHub with any questions or suggestions you have in mind. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.